The only two left are Puffy and Al, and Al almost died.
And you really understand how I ended up in a coma.
Welcome, everyone. We're about to get started. I would like to open the day with a song. It's for my son, for all of the people who have lost their children to senseless violence. The name of this record is called 5 Women. It was written by me and a good friend of mine named Damon Bennett. He played the flute and the recorder at Jay-Z Unplugged alongside me. Recorded vocals by my brother Antone Amelbert from Atonal Sound in Dallas. I just wanted to set the intention for this live. Let's go. Excuse me? Well, no, what do you mean, my son? Oh, no, not my son. I don't think. Oh, no, not my son. What you said about my son? Oh, no, not my son. Oh, no, not my son. I was born to give him life, toil through the stress and strife, brought him up to be a man, and they stretched out their hand, bang, bang, they shut my baby down, bang, bang, that awful sound, bang, bang, ooh, oh, they shut my baby down. Not my son. No, not my son. Ooh, no, not my son. No, not my son. My name is Geneva. I had a baby girl. Circumstances in this life claimed my whole world. Into the system she went and hasn't been seen ever since. My daughter's name is Sandra Black. I hear you, sister. I understand. I hear you, sister. I understand. Not my son. My name is Gwen. I had a son. Had to lose him before I learned the value of a vote for one. He was a good man, had a wife, got married. My son's name is Eric Garner. My name is Lucy. I had sons till a man at a gas station claimed one. I fight this fight in honor of him. And the hardest part is knowing there's more like him. My son's name is Jordan Davis. Oh, my son's name is Jordan Davis. My name is Leslie, and I'm from the heartland. Lost my son when he was 18 by a gun in a man's hand. He is police, but my son deserves peace. All lives matter. My son matters. He's Michael Brown. Oh, my name is Sabrina. You can Google my name, and in related searches, you'll find the name George Zimmerman. We had no history until he killed my baby. Now there's him and there's me. My son's name.
What's his name?
Oh, my son's name. Oh, it's Trayvon Martin. Oh, my son's name. His name is Trayvon Martin.
Let's begin. Happy Sunday to everyone. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's feeling good, feeling well. I love that song. I really do. To be able to harness all of that emotion that can go so wrong in so many different ways, and to be able to use it to highlight one very real and true thing. We ain't special. There's too many of us who have been affected by unnecessary loss for it to even be considered special. That was the one thought that got me going and got me back into the idea of really remembering what it's all about. It's you gotta have a reason to wake up in the morning when you've lost your child. You know, for most parents, their kids are the reason why they wake up in the morning. So when you lose one, it challenges everything you think and believe about your existence. When your reason for waking up in the morning is laying on a slab in front of you. My God. You can't even begin to imagine. And for about 100 days after my son passed away, I had to find a reason to keep waking up. Every day I was forced to be separated from my only other living child. There was nothing to wake up for. No breakfast, no carpool line to pick people up from school, no weekly or at least every 10-day trip to the barbershop, no family bowling night out, all that was gone. Hell was I sticking around for? And so I got married to an idiot. And boy, I tell you, ooh, that was a whole reason to live, the reason to survive, more like. But it kept me from putting a pistola in my mouth. So I guess it worked. Extreme as it may have been, it worked. So many people have so many different kinds of pain in this world and in this life. And the truth is none of it's special because it's happening to everyone, everywhere, all the time. That's why America has such a hard time letting go of things and admitting when they're wrong. Because America likes to believe ain't nothing real or ain't nothing happened until it happened to us. Planes falling out of the sky, demolishing neighborhoods, and we're sitting over here with our mouths open wide, gagging when that's been happening over Kiev. For how long? Over Gaza. For how long? Every day. How did we get so narcissistic that we don't realize when we are being obtuse? To see people consistently attack my motherhood over and over and over and over again with no evidence of anything they're saying, yet demanding I give them receipts. It's wild to me. Grace, what you think about that?
It's the nerve for me. It's the nerve for me. You motherfuckers think that y'all can say what y'all want to anytime, any place. Okay, you finna find out.
Like the way people are playing with Ada's motherhood for a defense.
It's constant. They get on my nerves.
For cyber bullying.
That's the wild part. Y'all cyber
like the simple fact that the
mamas.
robot is now recirculating a lie from 2023 to try to distract from the lie they're telling in 2025 is wild to me.
Wonderland shit.
Now see, the one part of the story that the robot don't tell about that Johnny Popcorn foolishness is that it was a ruse that I created to send them on a wild goose chase and promote my friend's band at the same time. See, they don't want to tell you about that. Now, D, you had asked why or what about the popcorn and if it had anything to do with Popcorn Planet, and no, it did not. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to teach y'all a lesson how I've been dog walking these whack-ass YouTubers for years now. Unfortunately, a lot of people just don't like to give me credit for how brilliant I am. That's wild, G. It's wild. I don't like when people
What you
play
expect
in
from
my
these flowers out
face.
here in Wonderland?
No, I'm just saying, I don't like when people play in my face, but what I really don't like is when people try to play on my intelligence.
Ooh,
I'm doing
she made me mad.
I'm doing a little Google search right now. Hold on a second. All right, I got that pulled up. Wait a minute. Because, see, I'm producing and doing the comments and DJ. I'm doing all of that by myself. You want to know what's funny? Every last one of those YouTubers said that I was stupid. I didn't know how to work streaming. I don't know. It seems like I'm doing it just fine.
They're bald headed and have gingivitis. What do you expect?
I don't know. What do y'all think? Now, do y'all see this? Can y'all see that? Johnny Popcorn, musical artist. That's my friend Hezekiah from Philly. That's his band. When I first got free from YouTube, see, that's him right there. If you look, people also research Hezekiah. He was one of the writers that worked with Belial Oliver, Belial Music, my very good friend who sang the famous neo soul song, Soul Sister. He wrote Think It Over for one of the last tracks on Belial's earlier album. I believe it was A Love Surreal. Yeah. So what I decided to do I decided to call whoever I was dating Johnny Popcorn. And Johnny Popcorn could be anyone. So anytime I dated someone new, I would say Johnny Popcorn. Meanwhile, I got them running Johnny Popcorn, Johnny Popcorn, Johnny Popcorn all over YouTube. And if anybody went to Google it, this is what they would find. Yeah. I was running a whole lightweight marketing campaign for my G back home.
You got
and man, when I exposed that's what Johnny Popcorn actually was. I'm like, I want to thank all of y'all for supporting my friend's band, Johnny Popcorn. Please make sure you go like, subscribe, and follow. Yeah.
Girl.
I had them niggas because if you put in Johnny Popcorn, as you see, if you Google it, this is what pops up.
Y'all be playing. Girl, y'all play too much on this internet.
See, they don't want to talk about that part. They don't want to talk about that part.
Why they don't talk about that part?
They don't want to talk about none of that, though.
That sounds like a fun story.
But by the way, guys,
why they ain't telling us that they up here?
Go and check out my friend Hezekiah and his music, his band, Johnny Popcorn. They're awesome. They're amazing. I'm telling you, you're really gonna love it. It was worth the gag. It was worth the gag. So now the robot wants to pull up a fake receipt that she created about Johnny Popcorn, which was nothing but a blast that blew up in a face. I had people fucking Googling the hell. Just Googling the hell out of Johnny Popcorn trying to figure out who Jaguar boyfriend was.
Not that they going around making up fake tweets. Child, no.
Yeah.
This
Yes, this was my imaginary boyfriend, a wonderful rock band that everyone missed. But now, please go follow, like, and subscribe. I'm sure you're gonna love the music. I have great taste. Now, ain't I a pisser?
Girl,
ain't I a pisser?
I kept telling them to stop playing with you. Now I'm looking at them.
I don't even know why they play with me. I'm too smart.
Girl, not Johnny
I
Popcorn.
am
You
too
had these
smart.
people all across the internet
Yes, I did. Yes,
making
I
up their
did.
tweets.
Yes, I did. Had them chasing around a whole rock band. Didn't even know it. So, wait a minute. So now, here we got the robot
Mm.
doing what she doing. Salute to Johnny
Doing what she doing.
Popcorn, one of Philadelphia's finest bands. Oh my God, they're so
Yeah.
great. It's like taking Janelle Monáe and what was that guy's name? Ooh, why can't I think of his name? Wale. It was like taking Wale and Janelle Monáe and putting it together and making it a band. Super dope. Super dope. Thank you, Jay. So anyway, I say all that to say I outsmart people all the time. I just don't brag about it. Don't need to. And I definitely don't need to go back and explain anything that happened in 2023. But I have decided that what I'm going to do is if we're going to expose it, I'm going to bring the most accurate receipt from that time. And the most accurate receipt from that time is the man, JP, John Paul, is someone who I befriended while I was living at a hotel before I relocated to Vegas. It was a hotel that was stalked by the robot and King World and all of them. Oh yeah, they were actively trying to find that La Quinta. What most people don't know though is that the manager of that La Quinta happens to be my sister, who checked everyone in, everyone out, and had control of all of the cameras. So she had the ability to see who went in and out of whose hotel rooms 24/7. You know, it's my sister. That's why I stayed there. She was very, 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 very protective of me being there. Matter of fact, she had to deal with the police to get the one Johnny Popcorn that I had dated that came over with a box of wine, got drunk, and tried to fight all of the managers at the hotel and had to be escorted out. Box Wine Kevin. It was my sister that handled up on that and made sure the cops came and got rid of him real good. So I think she would be able to let everyone know exactly what happened between me and JP at that hotel. And what didn't happen was him going into my room or me going into his room. Never happened. I couldn't even tell you what room he was in or what floor he was on. The only time we bumped into each other was on the veranda for a smoke and a glass of wine. That's normal people stuff. But what was sick is that when I did the video where JP was there with me and I was singing Billie Holiday, the robot decided to go and track down his social media and then offer him $50 to lie and say that he had purchased me as a prostitute and to come and do it on her show so she could bust me out as some kind of big time whore. Oops.
What
So which
the
I
fuck?
called him, and for free he got on my live days later and apologized for it because he said he needed the $50 and he was broke. Guess what? You won't find the evidence of that though, because that very same content creator, the robot, shortly after that viraled out my channel with all of my content that she stole, struck my channel, and my channel was deleted so nobody could see that she got busted for paying $50 to get a stranger who I met who just happened to be staying at the hotel, they were stalking to lie and call me a prostitute. Gee, it's wild that you want to distract from the Ada lies that you're telling now with a lie that you paid $50 for that was already exposed by the very man that you paid. But it's okay. What I will do is ask my sister to come to YouTube and tell everybody everything that happened while that man was checked into the hotel where I was staying. Oops. Oops. And my sister don't like you, robot. So now I'm going to get the manager of the hotel to come to YouTube to tell everybody exactly what happened while JP and I were checked into that hotel at the same time. And we'll just prove that you literally paid a stranger that met me by chance, who you tracked down on social media, to lie on me for your content that you just republished. What, 2 days ago? Now? Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds insane.
Oh, you gotta let the keep from crying.
Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds insane. This goofy asshole tracked down somebody I had a glass of wine with and sang a little Billie Holiday to with. Ain't that exactly what they doing with Ada right now? That was 2023. It's 2025. They're still doing the same thing, and YouTube has done nothing about it. They tracked down a random stranger who I bumped into at a hotel where I was staying, which I told no one about. They stalked it out, just like they trying to stalk out Ada's hotel room hospital room right now. Paid that man $50 to lie and say he used me as a prostitute. That's what Danny Robinson did. And this is who Too Strong, Too Weak want to go and confer with on receipts on me. The bitch just posted evidence that she lies and makes shit up. She reposted it. That's how much they out of content. That's how dry they are. That they're willing to post evidence of lies and slander and defamation that they paid $50 for? That's how bold that hoe is. That's how bold that hoe is.
Fit it like, wow. And then
you gonna post the evidence of bribery of someone that you paid to lie and defame.
Then you can't fit that.
And you're posting that for clicks and views? Evidence of your crimes? You wow, robot. So yeah, I'm going to be talking to my sister, and my sister will be going to Maggie's channel and speaking with Maggie all about what happened between me and JP, which was absolutely nothing. But when we bumped into each other on the veranda for a smoke, because typically people that smoke have to go to the veranda. That's how wild these niggas is.
Like, bruh.
That's how wild these niggas is. This bitch is literally posting evidence of her crimes to distract from the crime she's committing now. That was 2023. It's 2025. But salute to Johnny Popcorn and my friend Hezekiah. Great music. Is running all over posting Johnny Popcorn, hashtagging Johnny Popcorn. Who was Johnny Popcorn? Meanwhile, every time people Google it, all it did was help my friend.
Girl, yo. This no. This is that madness.
See, this
that
is
we were
what
talking
happens
about
when you play with somebody brilliant. This is what happens when you play with someone brilliant. This is what happens.
So they didn't stay in the seat left. Come on, Rob. Go, Rob.
That's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like.
I bet it's gonna feel much worse. Yeah.
I could clown on y'all fools all day if I wanted to. I could run down on every last one of y'all if I wanted to. If I wanted to. Then somebody go on over there and teach these weak hoes how to get in the rope. Because they just keep.
So they didn't stay in the seat left. Come on, Rob. Go, Rob.
On your face. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired for you. Like it's exhausting. It's insulting, and it's just so unnecessary. Got the darkness. So many of them not gonna make it. You just start getting scared. That's what I think.
Now, what I find interesting is that last night I had some very interesting dreams.
Mm-hmm.
So did you, didn't you, Grace? The other night.
I sure did.
We've been both visiting.
I couldn't wait to share it.
I know, and I'm glad we waited. And what I love is that when we work these things out cold, when we haven't discussed the details of the things that we've seen, and we do it together, what I've come to notice with me and Grace as spiritual sisters, prayer companions, accountability partners, when we bring it together, it's almost like a puzzle. When you can see how the dreams align. And when that happens, see, that means that there's a warning. We've been in this cipher now for what, about a good 3 days, Grace?
Mm-hmm. It's marvelous up here.
So we invited D to join us this morning. Are you there, D? D, are you there? You're muted. D?
Frozen?
I don't know. Her mic is muted. I can't unmute her mic. D, are you there?
D.
D?
Did somebody say she probably fell asleep?
Shit, damn girl, we checking on you. Lord have mercy. Well, I guess she ain't in the spirit this morning. Well, you know, it ain't no point in we just gonna drop D down. She been up for hours? All right.
Oh.
All right. Well, moving right along. You know, maybe it's best. You know, it's best to be focused when you're aligning like this.
Mm-hmm.
And if your focus isn't there, then your focus just isn't there. Thank you for the super chat, Beth. Oh.
But you want to know what I learned recently in this past week? Like, the average person doesn't have focus, you know? The majority. Like, children, did you guys know that the average American, they have the education of a 6th grader?
Yeah.
Like, your average adult has mind of a 12, 13-year-old. Wow. It's interesting. That dream
Indeed
that I
it
had is
is.
making a lot of...
You know, spiritual warfare, I don't think most people understand what it is.
Oh.
I think
no
people
idea.
tend to see the spiritual side of life as some kind of imaginary thing, when the truth is, it's the exact opposite. The physical world is the imaginary world indeed. And the spiritual world is actually the real place.
Children, like, if no one told you, you better start believing in ghost stories, my dear. We're in one. And they don't see.
You have
this
to
is why
understand. Yeah.
They've created such a dark, like the darkness, girl. I can't wait to tell you about that dream.
See, we've been trained to look at what happens in our subconscious mind when we step away from absolute consciousness and go into subconsciousness. See, we've been taught to believe that what you experience in your sleep is a big fantasy, a bunch of psychological coincidences that are just there to amuse you while you rest. And that's not true. Actually, what happens in your subconscious is just as real, if not more real, than what happens in your conscious mind. What a lot of people also don't acknowledge.
For all of you that drive, of you that drive, when you get in and out your car, do you suddenly become a Mercedes? Or are you merely the driver of the vehicle? These are questions y'all gotta start asking yourselves, and considering that everybody has these.
No, I think that was deep. That was a little deep, Grace. I think you need to break that down for us a little bit.
No, by all means, what you saying? Like, I tell the babies this all the time. Listen, children. Like, when you go to sleep, the car's off. Just get out your shit. Like, get out your car, turn the car off, shut it down. The car's not going anywhere until the driver decides to get back in it and operate it. You have to turn it on. You have to make sure that you have gas. You got to make sure the engine's running. You got to make sure you have all these things in order. But in order for you to operate the vehicle, the driver decides, I have someplace I need to go. Therefore, I'm going to utilize the vehicle outside in order to get from point A to point B and back again, or wherever it is that I feel to go.
Now,
Y'all are sleepy.
Grace.
We're all sleeping right now.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
They don't understand. But maybe
They
we'll
don't.
get close.
We'll get there.
And like the banner says at the bottom of the screen, this is a special reading. Trigger warning. This content may be uncomfortable for some. Please, just leave quietly if it becomes too
All
much
right,
for
baby. If you
you.
get scared, that's fine. If you get scared, that's fine. That means you catching something. It's all right. Come on back another time. It's fine.
See, if you remember when we were preparing for this live, it was me, you, and D. We were over at the chat, and you know, I told you guys about a very real dream.
Mm-hmm.
I told you both about the dream of my son's unalivement.
Mm-hmm.
I told the both of you that I had seen my son's life be taken 6 years before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched it again on closed caption TV from the surveillance video from the hotel parking lot where his life was taken. Now, I was surprised when Dee said that she didn't know that, because I thought she knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it very clear that that dream wasn't a dream. It was a future memory. See?
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people don't really acknowledge quantum physics anymore. And for whatever
Well, of
reason,
course not.
they think that metaphysics is some kind of fairy tale.
It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
But understand this. When a mother loses a grown child, the bond, that tie, physically and metaphysically, is sealed.
Of course.
My son, the day he died, became my ancestor. And his energy is all about. You know, do you remember the first time you experienced Jovani's energy while we were in session, Grace?
Ooh, I sure do. And it still trips me out. Like, I don't even remember if I told you how scary it was at first for me, because you already know how I feel when it comes to children. Like, I don't play with, like, people just play around too much when it comes to the children. And for me, children are everything. You can't play in that world. So when I saw his smile only, like, you remember when I told you this is the first time I'm seeing Jovani, but his smile I recognized, and it was scary, because in the beginning, you know, that's when we were first getting to know each other. I was still getting used to all of the things that I can do. So I was still back and forth with, am I tripping, and things like that.
You're breaking up a little bit, Grace. And thank you, Teresa.
You said I'm breaking up?
Yeah, just a little bit. Teresa, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, we fight against the principalities of this world, spiritual warfare. Indeed, my love. Indeed.
Mhm.
You were saying, Grace?
But yeah, I was saying that you remember when I had told you the first time that I saw Jovani, and for the children who may not know, the first time I saw her was months after that experience happened. It was his smile. It was very, very bright and friendly. And then I knew, for me, it was like, okay, that's my sign to know that I can trust you. Like your spirit was trusted in that sense. Like it was that mother and child bond that you talk about. There's no way your son was going to come to me unless it was for something for you. I knew he was there to protect you in that moment. And it was just a beautiful experience to me. And I was humbled by it because I was like, wow, that means that spirit, like her spirit trusts me too. I'm not about to play with this. This is my sign to know that, okay, it's, if it get like that, it get like that behind you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason why I also invited Dee to be here with us, because actually that's how I first happened upon her channel. You remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We were up surveillancing and investigating the YouTube streets late at night. Like we tend to do. I call it working the graveyard shift.
Listen, I like the graveyard shift. Listen, it's better than these motherfuckers, for real.
Well, see, the thing is the witching hour is 3 a.m. But in the United States, 3 a.m. happens 3 times. 3 times it happens. Eastern Standard Time, Central Time. If you want to count Mountain Time, technically 4. Which would mean 3 o'clock happens 4 times technically in the United States. So I want you to think about all the time that passes. It's 3 o'clock on the East Coast. 1 hour later, again, it's 3 o'clock Central Time. Okay? 4 a.m. East Coast. And then you got Mountain Time, which is a whole nother.
Yeah.
Say. Actually, no, I'm wrong. 3 a.m. It's 5 a.m. when it makes 3 a.m. Central Time. So then it would be 6 a.m. when it hits Mountain Time, which means, yeah. Because then you got let me make sure I got that right. 3. So 6 a.m. on the East Coast when it's 3 a.m. on the West Coast. And then the hour, that's 7 a.m. Yep. So from 3 a.m. on the East Coast to 7 a.m. on the East Coast, which is 4 a.m. on the Pacific Coast. This 4-hour span covers the witching hour.
That's interesting.
This 4-hour span from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. is the witching hour in the United States. Okay? So when we started doing our graveyard shift investigations, investigating what activity is going on during the witching hours,
I tell
On
you something,
YouTube,
y'all be playing with people's sleep. Y'all be playing with people's sleep. Like,
we be finding a
so rude.
lot of interesting content.
All type of shenanigans going on.
But what I learned is during the witching hour is when the trolls play the heaviest on my name. But also on top of that, the witching hour is also the time that dictates the flow for what's going to happen in the algorithm for the entire day cycle. So whoever has their content out by 3 a.m. in their area, they have the ability to dictate how the algorithm flow for the day. You know, the early bird always catches the worm.
I didn't even know YouTube did that. That's wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Early bird catches the worm. Period. That's facts. I'm telling you, it's programmed. It's industry and it's ran like a machine. But then witching hours, oh, that's when they go the heaviest. Trying to make sure they influence you through the night and stay prevalent in your algorithm throughout the day. Bringing me back to what I was saying. That's how we bumped into Just D's late night show. Because I had never heard of her before, and neither had you. And remember when I saw her, I called you, Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, she's talking about Jovani.
Mm.
She said Jovani came to her. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And that's why we invited Dee to come and be a part of this reading, because of the messages we've received over this weekend. You know, with Just Dee giving readings herself, we wanted her to be here because she's really the only other content creator that we bumped into on YouTube that said that my son has come to her directly.
Mm.
And I was hoping that if he has come to her recently or just any time in the past couple of months, maybe she would have something to add to this. Because like I said, usually when you and I align our dreams and review our dreams together, Grace, we find it's like a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does open up things that we might have missed if we weren't in communication.
Yep.
But I guess Dee fell asleep. And the truth is, like I said, when it comes to this kind of spiritual investigation, you really should have all your wits about you.
Oh, you need it.
Now,
they don't understand.
Yeah, please break it down, Grace.
I just it's wild to just watch everybody just disregard what's real. Like we are in Wonderland for real. And now I understand why, the people who are in charge of these mere mortals, they try to avoid mass hysteria, because at this point, the only thing that's going to get through to them is to scare them. But, mass hysteria, we all know what comes with that. It's amazing how they're blind and they don't see. You guys really believe that the physical is all there is. And they don't understand how blind they truly are to everything. That's why they miss everything. Like, I prefer to be in this space that we're in right now, TD. And I honestly think that everybody should get more of these types of conversations where we just be in the spirit and look around and see what we see. Because if only they knew just how much weeping is coming for so many. And again, I'm just grateful to just watch it all, because there was one point in time where I thought that you could save everybody. Silly me. Like, you would think that you can go out and save everybody. Oh, no. No. You want to know what's been on my mind heavy? Genesis chapter 6, where God grieved creating man. Like, that has been on my mind heavy. What you mean God was grieving? Like, y'all have to start looking up the etymology of words and things. Like, it's very interesting. Like, grieving. There's anguish. There's grief and mourning and sorrow in that. Like, and then when you look around, oh yeah, because I sat in silence during this past time, and the silence was so loud. I was like, oh, I'm watching the world just continue, and you can hear the cries of hell just rising through the air. You can hear it. You can hear it. And guess what, girl? They don't hear nothing. They hear nothing. They eating cheese at the house. Girl, they waiting to see what the next episode of whatever the hell be on. And this is why God breathed the creation of man. Like, y'all gotta understand that that's something deep right there. What you mean? The spirit was breathing the creation. Like, and the funny thing is that this is nothing new. This is history. This is the history of man. Disappointment, a travesty, regret. I don't want none of that in the next life. I don't want to answer to that. You dig? I'm not trying to answer to that. And I think everybody should start looking at the world like that. Do you want to answer to that? Because
See,
I know
this
there are
is
a
the
lot of us that
thing, Grace. This is the thing. I love when you get to going, but we really got to keep the conversation not so broad. We really need to centralize it, because we don't want people to miss the message.
You want me to
And the message is, yeah. Let's start with your dream. I'm gonna mute up. Floor is yours,
Sure.
man.
Sure. Well, it started off, a wise old man had asked me a question. He asked me if the Son of God, if Jesus Christ came down in the flesh, what would you think people would do? Now, my first response was, I laughed. One, because the wise man was always tripping. For two, it was interesting. Then I said, I think everybody would cry. Old man looked at me, smiled, and said, everybody would run. I thought about that. Dream, it's pitch black. I'm hearing a voice, and they're like, come with me. So I'm just walking. It's pitch black. Can't see nothing. This bright light comes down, like it's descending. And I can't describe how bright this light was. It was just like pure light. And for a second, only for a split second, you can see finally all these people in this dark, gray, murky chimney sweep down. I'm talking covered in ash and all of that. And then for a split second, that's all I saw. Then everybody broke out. Everyone was gone. You couldn't even hear the screams. It was everybody was gone. What was left behind was fascinating though. Children. They were staring at the light. Teenagers, toddlers, all of them. I couldn't see that bright light, but in their eyes, I can see colors. It was like fireworks and fire, all in the children's eyes. The interesting part that I found was the last part. There was nothing but children left, except for, I mean, a sprinkle, not even a sprinkle, like a dust of women. All those children behind, but I think I saw 3 women. Tattered, like their clothes were tattered, they're covered in dirt, like their eyes are just puffy with weeping and sorrow. And I can see the tear stains on their faces. I can see the light in their eyes. It wasn't like the children, it wasn't color, it was that bright light. And I can see the hope in those women's eyes, the disbelief in their faces. Everybody else was just gone. Everybody else ran. The last part was, this is the heart of man. The heart of man is a dark abyss that you wouldn't even know what to do when the light came. No joy, no sorrow. The only ones that were happy were the children and those broken women. And it wasn't even many of them. Woke up that morning, I was like, oh yeah, like it's a tragedy down here. And crying don't save nothing. So I'm gonna laugh to keep from crying.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello,
cousin.
Grace. Hello, Jack.
How
Can
are
you hear
my
me?
dear?
I'm okay. You?
I can hear you. Oh, I'm fine.
Okay, good. And you, Jack?
Trying to teach everybody, share a few things,
Mm-hmm.
share a few insights.
My goof ass sitting here talking, muted up. Hey, man.
Hello, Jack.
Oh my goodness. I'm doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of a lot of things. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe to Ada's channel. Now that she's awake and starting to speak, if she posts something over there, let's make sure we're there to support her. Because the truth is, what matters the most right now is that we accomplish the goal we are trying to accomplish for Ada. Now, the 3 of us are here, and I'm glad because before I get to my dream, I would like to acknowledge some things that are disturbing me. Y'all know how I am. I like to deal with things straight out. And I also like to deal with things in a manner, I don't like for my conversations to be misguided or easily misinterpreted. I really don't like commentary like this.
First of all, we must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection. Now, if I may retain my liquids here for one moment, I'd like to continue the redundance of my quote-unquote intestinal tract. See, because to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent.
Like that.
Yeah. I've heard of a lot of that on YouTube. Mm-hmm.
I can't. What do you mean? Who is that white woman? It's me, baby. This is me. This is my superhero character.
That is Jean Grey. That's not a white.
That
That
Jean
is the
Grey.
phoenix.
Yes. And what I love most about the Phoenix is when her mind get to going, it just starts tearing stuff up. Boy. And y'all don't forget to get over there and subscribe to one of our #1 mods in Jaganada's channel, Maggie the Black Owl, kicking it, or should I say dropping in with Maggie. You know, it's become quite the journey over there. And
It's really, yes. Hmm.
I just really want to highlight the fact that for a lot of us, I think it would be good for us to get together and do a town hall regarding the fallout of the Ada situation. This is an emotional situation that has a lot of people up in arms for many different reasons. You have people attacking and defaming Ada and her family and her life and her story. And then you have people who are actively working and defending the honor and respect of Ada's reputation, family life, and story. These are two very different positions, and all of us are working aggressively. But at the end of the day, regardless for pro or con, what matters most is that we get to the bottom of what happened to Ada. Am I wrong, Madge?
No, you're absolutely right. This was not random. This was orchestrated because people just want to make sure to trap Jaguar and make her seem like she is not reliable, make her seem like she's crazy and paranoid, when they are the one making sure that she has to be paranoid. Because each time it's fucking true.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's scary.
And then what gets even crazier is when you slip behind the curtain to see all of the weird things that keep happening behind the scenes. See, what I don't like is when I have an open conversation with someone regarding a very important subject, and we can't seem to stay on topic of the subject. This keeps happening with the Ada situation. See, I go to people and I talk to people about what the objective is. And then I hear a lot about what people like, don't like, feel and don't feel, want to do, don't want to do, want to deal with, don't want to deal with, want to acknowledge, don't want to acknowledge. I get a lot of that. And I don't understand how. Because if our focus is Ada, how are we talking about all these other things as a community? But what I'm starting to notice and see are that certain people are now beginning to take moments in their broadcasts to point fingers and to place blame. And that, I'm sorry, I can't pretend like I don't see that happening.
Did you hear on Uncle Mike? Uncle Mike did a reaction to the Ada video. And Bonnie told him, yeah.
What? I didn't see it all because I was busy getting ready for this. What happened?
Bonnie said, "Oh, they reimbursed me my $5,000."
Oh, now she's been reimbursed? Bonnie told that directly to Uncle Mike?
Yeah, it is on his last video on his channel, the Music Recording Network, and he agrees. He agrees with you on Lady Latisha.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
he
really?
agrees that clearly the thing was to attack you. Like Uncle Mike knows. He was so annoyed. Oh my God, his face was in. It was so funny. But yeah, Bonnie told him, "Oh, I was reimbursed. Like blah blah
It was
blah. I just don't
reimbursed.
want."
When did this happen? Did it
This
happen just
morning,
magically? Wait a minute. This magically. Wait a minute. Did the robot not sit there and say, "Oh, the second that I say this and the second that I say that, oh, instantly, Ada's out of the coma." So now you're saying, now that we're connecting all of the dots of all of the foolishness that's been going on online, and it's becoming more and more clear that this thing is an orchestrated hit and an attack on Ada Santiago's life, her struggle, her name, her family. Oh, so now that we got here, all of a sudden it was a reimbursement?
yep.
Respectfully, huh?
I'm tired.
That was
I'm so
respectfully, there was a
I'm
reimbursement.
so tired.
Respectfully, huh?
Respectfully.
Tired.
You know what? You know how I feel about that? I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel about that.
Hate it.
Yeah, no. Now she has been reimbursed. The only thing she doesn't like is that we say it's her fault. But she was reimbursed by the psychologist Jenny for the retainer of the lawyer that has no name.
Girl, like, it's wild that the public doesn't want to believe they're in a real life, they're living in a ghost story, but then they create some Hollywood foolishness for all this drama and don't nobody question it. Like, this shit don't make y'all look at people and just like, stop lying.
Welcome to the champ.
For real.
You've been gifted a membership, love.
No. Like, this is why.
Reimbursed.
Like, what did I just
Been
hear?
reimbursed.
By a
Respectfully.
psychiatrist?
Yes, Jenny, the psychologist
I'm so
who said to Ada that there was no lawyer, but then took a retainer for a lawyer of $5,000.
Like,
But because Ada,
what?
did not go to the meeting that would normally be free, she lost the $5,000, called Ada a thief and a liar. But now, after all of this, yes, she was reimbursed by Jenny, the psychologist.
What? This, no. Wow. This is why I tell you every day I can that I'm sorry that y'all got to deal with this. Like, this
Like,
is bullshit. Oh, oh my God. Like, no, see, and this is why everybody's running. Like, go ahead and run. Fuck out of here. Oh my God.
mhm,
So for me,
Did we just listen?
now that we're here,
mhm.
Now that
it
we're here.
seems as though it's time for us to address unnecessary infighting regarding the Ada situation, because I don't like people shooting slugs and shots indirectly. I don't like lineups, and I don't like witch hunts before everyone's agreed that there are witches afoot. I don't like it. There was an attack on your channel, Maggie. Your channel was infiltrated. Somebody came in and messed around, started blocking a bunch of people. Hold on a second, baby at the back.
No,
Hey,
don't
honey.
don't bring me up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. You go. Now, like I was saying,
Mhm.
salute to the upliftment. Oh, we got some wonderful ideas we're about to start crafting out. I think you're going to love it. Okay, let's get this clear. Reimburse. Respectfully reimburse. So anyway, there have been some attacks. And I'm choosing to address it now. I was hoping that everyone would be present in the midst of this live because there are some people that hold wrenches on my channel that have been called out and named. And I think we should just go on ahead and address it now at this point. Nick's Mountain Goat was listed a troll. Murph was called an undercover instigator, and I really don't understand why. It was said by Just D on her live that she just concluded that Murph has been spending more time on your channel and on my channel and Uncle Mike and Steph's channel and not on hers. And she's went through the need to state that he's been neglectful to her panel. You know, that he's not been supporting her channel like he's been supporting everyone else's. It was said that, you know, he hasn't been on the channel since last month. I find that inflammatory because last month was last week.
Is she paying Murph?
We don't need to get into that. I just
No. What I mean by that is that she's not. He doesn't belong to her. He doesn't belong to none of us. He does what he wants.
Okay. So it was stated that he's not spending the same amount of time supporting the platform. And I just want to make it very clear. Once again, you know what? Let me cam up for this. Let me cam up. Because I don't want there to be no confusions, okay? Murph has been very busy in the backdrop. Round the clock. Murph also lives across an ocean. Murph's time difference from mine is 8 hours. That means usually if I'm online in the afternoon, it's damn near the middle of the night for him. Now, the last time I checked, the hours that Just D broadcast is typically the middle of the night, very wee hour of the morning hours for anybody who's supporting from overseas, which means whatever day life that they have throughout the day, if they're up at night, they're choosing to literally stay up for an 18-hour day voluntarily. Unfortunately, this month, one of the subscribers who came to us for help, whose name is Ada Santiago, befell a very horrible thing. And for those of us who work not just here online, but in the backdrop to get to the bottom of this, to get to the information, to help her and her husband, Murph is a very big part of the behind the curtain effort. He's volunteering at least 8 hours of his day, gathering information, connecting dots, making sure he's there to support Steph while Steph is talking with the family and making sure we're getting accurate information. Like, this has become a round the clock effort. So if the typical hours of Murph sitting with someone during this time aren't happening, 9 times out of 10, it's because he's been busting his butt all day helping us with Ada. I am sorry. If everything we're doing is about Ada right now, why are people being penalized for doing what they're doing to help Ada?
And Jag, let's not forget that his daughter is sick.
I know, because he has a life and there's real stuff going on for everyone. Correct?
They don't even know what's
For
like.
everyone.
Murph may be sick. He has a lump, if you know what I mean.
Listen to me. We don't need to get into that because ain't nobody looking for none of that. We'll let Murph talk about that. My point is this. To attack Murph with all that he's doing in the effort for Ada, it's wrong. It's wrong. Period. Period. I mean, that's fine. And I hear you saying that, Golden Queen. I don't know why you're announcing that because nobody's addressing you regarding it. But why do you need to tell us that you like Murph and D? You were there present listening to D attack Murph and said nothing to stop it. And said nothing to stop it.
I am so pissed off.
Nothing to stop it. So let me be very clear. And I just want everyone to understand, everyone here on the panel, can we please acknowledge that Just D is still in the back studio?
Is she?
Yep. Go look.
How do
Just
we
D
look?
is still here in the back studio. So I don't want anybody saying that anybody ambushed anyone. Because she's here.
Perfect.
Can everyone see that Just D is in the back studio? She's not on the stage, but she's still here.
Yep.
No ambush required. She's here. At any time she like, she can unmute her mic. Cause see, we're gonna kill all rumors before they get started. Okay?
Yes.
We're not gonna do that here. We're not gonna play that game here because there have been a lot of games being played.
Yep.
Now, I didn't want to, but I don't think I have a choice. I'm going to play something. Okay? Because I think it's time that we just start addressing things out front, you know? Like when it gets to the point where I have to start questioning why people are talking a certain way or acting a certain way or levying things a certain way, I have to do my due diligence at all times.
Absolutely.
So I'm about to play a recording right here with everyone present. So ain't no confusions. That enough. Okay. I'm not going to say no names. None of that. We just going to listen. We'll talk about it after. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What's going on here? Oh, dang it. The wrong daggone. That's why. Can everyone hear that?
A little. Maybe end the music
It's a
while doing that,
little.
Hold on
because
a
the
second.
music and that it just doesn't work.
Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
Let me turn this music down. How's that? That's better. We got it down nice and low. Now let's see
Mm-hmm.
how it sounds now. How's that?
I don't hear anything at all.
Y'all can't hear anything at all? Y'all can't hear anything at all?
No. No, all I hear is you. I don't even hear Magic either.
I see. You know what, honey? Can anyone hear us in the chat?
I can hear you. Can they hear me okay? Because I can't see anything.
Hello?
Okay. I can
can't
still
hear
hear
myself.
Oh, you know what?
I think I'm gonna have to drop out.
You gotta go to your settings, put the audio here,
Yeah, I know.
and then yeah, it's still picking up from the internal phone. So you're good. I'll just play it. That's it.
Okay, but I can't even hear myself, so I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
You can hear me fine, right?
I hear you. Let me
Okay,
know.
great.
Go ahead and play it.
Okay. All right, guys. So it's wild because I can't hear anything right now. But hold on one second, guys. Do me a favor, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna pop out, pop right there. Grace, are you there? I'm back. I can't unmute your mic, Grace.
Okay, I can hear you. Am I coming in good?
All right, this is a mess. Hold on a second. Is it me? Oh, there it is. Hello?
Yeah.
There we go. Oh my God, I thought I was losing my mind. I had turned the volume down on the laptop. Oh my God. Okay, so here we are. All right, do we got the music here? There we go now. That's the right volume. All right, wait a minute. Is Maggie here? Here she is. Oh God. Madge, are you there? Maggie, can you unmute?
Yes, I'm there. Yes, I'm there.
All right. So I just wanted to check.
Yes.
And see now, because we're going to be getting ready to end shortly. I didn't want it to take this long. Whatever we don't wrap up, maybe we can finish it on your channel later. But don't forget, we're going live on Set in the West very shortly. So you hit the link because Wolfgang has something to say. All right, so I just wanted to get into this recording. And once again, this is not an ambush. But we need to get a few things clear because I think the objective is slightly confused these days.
We scammed them and we did it.
Well, can everyone hear?
Let's just be honest. Nobody saw Bliss
I
Forever.
can hear.
Bliss Forever came from you. And not only that, Bliss Forever is also the first person to go after Amber.
Right.
Bliss Forever and Amber were both in the Dr. Meekin course. The only person we financially sponsored was Amber. So let's look at the chain. Amber, who we know is a troll, and Bliss Forever were both in Dr. Meekin's check. Bliss Forever was the first one to call Amber out as a fraud. And then the fires came, and then that came, and now subscribers who have donated to her, whose accounts are
right.
Okay, so if Bliss Forever is to be a troll and a scam artist, and she was the first one to go after Amber, that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Because that's why I did what I did. I'm like, y'all obviously playing this shit. And I don't, but I'm not about this shit. I'm not. I'm never been about this shit. Like, all this online drama crap did not exist in my life. Don't want it in my life. So that's why I be feeling like I just don't want to deal with this shit because people are clearly coming to my channel to like do bullshit.
You're not the but it doesn't just happen to your channel. You're talking like you're the only person's channel this has happened to, and it's happened to all of our channels. We've all had infiltrators. We've all had trolls. We've all had these things. We're trying to get to the bottom of where all of this started because a woman's life has been affected.
Right.
And there is just certain behavior that is looking very questionable.
Okay, be specific.
Being specific. I've been specific about everything that I've said.
Right, but I have nothing to do with what a troll decides to do.
Your relationship with God.
Let me stop you. I don't have a relationship with these people.
Understand? You've had a relationship. I'm not the one that said that Kim was your friend. You said you thought she was a friend.
Yeah, I thought she was. Obviously, she's not.
Yeah, I got that, but my thing is, that she stalked me, negative intel on me, and that she works with Danny Robertson.
Okay, so here's where I'm at. Can I explain me? I didn't.
Without you being defensive. Because now I'm getting a defensive tone. And what we're trying to do is get to the bottom of the information.
It's not defensive. I feel like I'm being blamed for something I literally did not do. I never paid attention to Kim's channel to even know she did negative content until recently.
Yet you pay attention enough to know all of the other things. I'm sorry. We just got to get rid of it. There's something.
I feel like I'm betrayed by Kim, and you're blaming me as if I had something to do with anything negative, and that's just not true. That's what I'm trying to say.
How could I accuse you of betraying me with Kim? I didn't even know her name was Kim. This is your friend, and she's
not my friend, Jaguar.
You said she was your friend.
She was. She's not. I'm telling you, this is somebody I talked on the phone with when I wasn't even paying attention to YouTube. That's what I need you to understand. When I went through that shit last year in March, I wasn't even on YouTube. I wasn't going to her channel to look at her content. I was going through shit in real life. That's what I'm telling you. I met her last year. I met her in 2022 on the phone.
Stalking me since then.
And I didn't know that.
Ayasha, has she not? Yeah.
You.
I
did not know that.
Her catalog ain't been hidden either. And she's been doing this shit since back 2020. You're really smart girl.
That's frustrating me because I know my real life. I did not know she was. You're acting like I did not know she did negative content on you in 2022. I was not paying attention to her channel.
She's been doing negative content on me for 5 years, and she really didn't stop that much. It's all there.
When we did our interview with her,
go and review other people's channels. You're not a fool.
Right. What I'm telling you is in 2022, I was not even doing lives on YouTube. I was not that invested in anyone's channel. That's what I'm telling you.
Are you sure that Justy is really a supporter of yours, considering how much she's a fan of Jill Scott? And I said, what are you talking about? And then the other day when you was going through your archives, I had never noticed it before. Your tribute that you did to Jill Scott.
Yeah, that's because she was one of my favorite artists, just like Erykah Badu. What's wrong with that? I've always loved Jill Scott's music.
No, I didn't say that you didn't. I didn't say. I guess you're not catching me. And
I guess I'm not. Because I'm like.
I'm just telling you that there are things that are going on that don't look right. There are too many things that are leading in too many of the wrong areas, and we need to really get to the bottom of all of it. And if you feel like people are setting you up, and if you feel like people are doing all of these wrong things, then do the team a favor and get to the bottom of it and show us the evidence of what we need to do so we can get to the bottom.
That's why I'm getting frustrated is because I do feel like I'm being set up. I have a whole bunch of shit going on in my real life that I haven't even talked to y'all about today. I don't want to deal with this shit right now. I'm being honest.
A whole bunch of shit going on in their real life, and nobody has more shit going on than Ada Santiago.
Jag, it'd be a good time to pause it here because I think. Do you hear me? You pause it.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think because the sound quality when you have it this way, let's upload it. Let's come back because look, you're showing. Well, this is good because but I wanted her to address it as well because you know what it is, man. You know, people are gonna say, oh, well, you know, she wasn't here to defend herself. We were all there on the call. No, she is, but she's not woke. She's not up.
That's funny. She was very awake when we had the conversation about doing this live before I went live. She was very much so awake when we went live. She was very much so speaking to me and Grace before I played the song. Yes or no, Grace?
Mm-hmm.
We did a sound test. Did we not?
Mm-hmm.
Did we not do a mic check?
We did.
And she
was fine.
Say no ambush.
No, it's not. But you know, some people don't want to be accountable for their actions.
The sound quality in this recording that we'll upload.
Yeah.
Separately for everyone to hear directly. The only person that was making all of that noise was D. I was talking to her about trying to get to the bottom of the train smoke of troll coming from her channel. So we could get to the bottom of who spearheaded the gaslighting attempt against Ada.
Yep.
Was that not the purpose for the conversation?
Exactly. But then, you know, she started talking about her problems.
Yeah. You know, all night long during the witching hours, calling Murph.
It's interesting that she decided to call Murph out all that time because we had a different conversation right before.
That happened just before she went live all night, pointing fingers at people and slandering a good man.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I'm sorry. Let me rewind 15 seconds right quick so y'all can hear that last piece. A whole bunch of shit going on in their real life, and nobody has more shit going on than Ada Santiago. She couldn't even take a break from slinging around her pots and pans while we're having a very important conversation about what almost claimed this young woman's life. Think that makes sense? Murph sits up for hours in the backdrop, collecting, gathering, putting together the information, making sure that nobody misses it. And this man is on a time zone that's 8 hours ahead of mine. With his own problems in his real life.
In real life, I haven't even talked to y'all about it. I don't want to deal with this shit, right?
A whole bunch of shit going on in their real life, and nobody has more shit going on than Ada Santiago. Put a 1 in the chat if any of us think we got more going on right now than Ada Santiago. Put a 2 in the chat if what we're supposed to be focused on is getting justice for Ada Santiago. You sure you want to put that 1 there? Everybody looking. Everybody that's putting a 1, you got bigger problems than Ada Santiago right now? You came to a community that said that they care about people and asked for their help, and they agreed to help you. And in the midst of being helped, you were targeted, ran down on, set up for a scam that right now was just recently respectfully reimbursed as of this morning. And when you came out of your coma, the first thing you said was, I didn't steal the money. Reimburse her. Respectfully kiss my black ass. You want to go after Murph? Well, see, no, that's where I draw the line. See?
Doing all of these wrong things. Then do the team a favor and get to the bottom of it and show us the evidence of what we need to do so we can get to the bottom of it.
That's why I'm getting frustrated, is because I do feel like I'm being set up, and I have a whole bunch of shit going on in my real life that I haven't even talked to y'all about today. Deal with this shit right now.
A whole bunch of shit going on in their real life, and nobody has more real shit going on than Ada Santiago.
Period. I'm sorry, I'm getting Lady Letitia vibes right now, and I just don't like it.
Yep. You can recognize it by the entitlement. What about me?
I'm sorry, but that dog just ain't gonna hunt around here in Jaguar country. Matter of fact, that dog can just go take a fucking nap. We all have a lot of problems in our lives. We all deal with a lot of serious things. Maggie has a father that she was literally up until just a few weeks ago waiting on hand and foot and still going live and still making appearances on the morning. We all got shit going on. But see, when the way you talking on your platform ain't lining up with the kind of moves you making in the backdrop, I gotta call bullshit. You talk about healing and attack Murph. Sorry, that just ain't lining up to me.
Jag?
Hasn't been sitting on your platform because he has been working himself in overdrive to get justice for Ada. Sorry he couldn't be there to be your kickstand. He was busy helping the person we're supposed to be worried about getting justice for. Go ahead, Madge.
Respectfully, she's awake.
Who's awake?
Just the...
Well, then why don't she tap in? Is she there to tap in?
Yes, that's what... yeah. Did you sleep well, D?
Okay. I just woke up, literally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what's going on. I know that when I was given the link, I've been backstage this whole time
Yeah, I know.
because
I
I have
told
not been
everybody you've been
asleep.
backstage. Welcome to
Yeah.
the forum. What the hell is this thing you doing on Murph?
Me calling out Murph for being negative in my chat.
Negative about what?
If you guys were on my live, you would have seen it.
Once again,
Just explain.
Look, I went back and looked. It didn't make any sense to me. And then calling out Dragon.
Just explain yourself.
Right.
But Murph, I draw the line at Murph.
Yeah, Jag. D, just explain the story.
I'm gonna let you speak, Maggie. Please, Maggie.
Thank you.
Mediate.
D,
Well, all
could
I
you
know
please?
is I have
No.
not.
What you not what you know. Please explain what happened
Okay.
yesterday and why
First
you
of
started
all, I'm
cursing.
going to speak. I'm not going to let anyone talk over me. I have not been
Perfect.
asleep. I've been in this chat ever since I was given the link. I am very tired.
Okay, so you were not
All
sleeping.
I
You were in
know
the
is I
chat.
just
This is just a question.
woke up.
So you woke up, but you were not in the chat because this is
I
confusing me
just
already.
Okay, Maggie. I literally just woke up. Ever
Okay, so you were
since
not in
Jag
the
gave me
chat.
the link, I joined the stream before the live started. I have not been to sleep. I'm very tired.
Do you
So I
realize
just
that you're
woke up
saying
hearing.
just
I
D?
just woke up hearing
Can I just ask
all
one
this what's
question?
going on, and I'm seeing a message from Jay saying, "Hey, you need to tap in." I'm like, "What's going on?" I just woke up. It says I've been backstage because I joined this stream as soon as Jaguar gave me the link, but I have not been to sleep. So I fell asleep. Now I have no idea what's going on. All I know is I just woke up in here and yelling.
So can I
And
ask you a
Jay's like,
question now?
you need to tap in.
No. Okay, perfect. Can I ask you a question, Just D?
What?
Were you in the chat or were you sleeping?
I've been asleep.
Perfect.
I
So
literally
when
just
you
woke up.
okay, but when you keep on saying I wasn't sleeping, for me that's weird. But yes,
Okay,
you
that's not
were
even what I
sleeping.
said. I said I don't have any idea what's going on. I have fallen asleep because I have not been to sleep. I've been on my own live overnight. When
Perfect.
Jaguar
So you
sent the
just
thing
woke
and
up.
said,
So
"Hey,
you just woke up.
she put it,
Thank you,
she
Just
put
D.
in
You
my
just woke up.
chat, she
That's
put
what
in
we
my
were
chat and
Jag,
said,
please.
I
Jag,
had a
please give me
dream,
15 minutes.
said
15
I
minutes, we're
had a
done.
dream and I need your advice. So that's why I called in the family chat and said, "Hey, what's going on?" She talked about, her dream with
Jag, give me
Jovani. I said,
15 minutes,
"Okay."
please.
She gave me the link and said, "Hey, I want to have you tap in, join us in 40 minutes." I even told her then, I said, "I will do my best, but I have not been to sleep." So I was sitting here. I joined the stream with the link. It said, "You're backstage." I fell asleep because I am tired. I have not been to sleep tonight. All of a sudden, I woke up just a few minutes ago and I'm seeing that you guys are all on panel and I'm hearing her yell. And I tapped in. I said, "Jay, what's going on?" He said, "You need to tap in to explain." No, he said, "You need to tap in and tell your side of the story for calling Murph Patrol." If I've been asleep this whole time, I have no idea what's going
15
on.
minutes, please.
So one thing I'm need everyone to understand. I am
Before you
physically
continue,
exhausted.
Just D, thank you for explaining how exhausted you were and that you were sleeping. Now, is it okay if we move on from that conversation?
I guess so, but I'm not
Thank you
liking
so
any
much.
of this
Thank you
energy.
so much. Thank
I'm
you so
not.
much. Just D,
I
this
ain't
is a
even say that.
conversation.
Like,
Grace,
dang,
please
you don't
15
even let
minutes.
me say hi.
Grace, please 15 minutes.
Because the whole time I'm talking, Maggie,
Just
you keep
the,
cutting me off.
I'm not cutting you off, but I want to redirect the conversation. I understand you are tired. Can we now move on from that moment?
Yeah, what I'm trying to understand is why was I told to join a live so I can help interpret a dream and then wake up to hearing Jaguar yelling about me? What in the hell is going on?
So I understand that you wanted to talk
Now, for
about
that question, Maggie, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Grace.
but
I'm
I
gonna
can answer
beg you
that
to give me the
question
15
so we can
minutes.
move
I'm gonna
forward.
beg you, Grace, to give me that 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Like, I don't even know what's
Yeah,
been
sure.
being
Maybe there's a
discussed because
delay
I've been
because
asleep.
Maggie, you actually gonna have 10 minutes, and then because we're gonna
Yeah, of
go
course,
ahead,
of
do what you
course,
do.
of course, of course. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. You were called to be called talking about a dream, but now we have some question. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
Thank you so much. Yesterday, you had a long live where you talked about Murph not being there on your channel and helping other channel more. Is that correct?
I specifically said, yes, you showing up on my live being negative in my chat when you haven't even been supporting my channel. But
So
you've
how
been
was he being
supporting,
Mm-hmm.
you would see when
I'm
he was
sorry.
in there talking about he didn't like the content of me comparing Blue
Mm-hmm.
Ivy and Kathy White, which it's my platform.
Mm-hmm.
I can do whatever the fuck I want to do on my own platform. I don't have to explain
Absolutely.
myself to any subscriber. You don't run my shit. And then
Absolutely.
tonight, him saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't like this rhetoric. You shouldn't be, you don't tell me what to do on my channel when you don't even support my channel. I have
Perfect.
every right to tell him that.
You have the right to tell him not to talk negatively on your channel. Why did you
Right.
call him
Don't
a
be in my
pro? A troll?
chat having distractionary conversations, and then you're going back and forth with people about my content. If you don't like my content, leave. And I stand 10 toes on that. It's my channel.
That is okay. That is okay.
Now, what
Why
that
did you
has
call
to
him
do with me waking up hearing Jaguar yell about me, I don't know, because I did not
Just
join
D?
this
Just D?
chat
thank
for
you,
that.
but I'm waiting.
Just D? Can I please ask you another question? Just D? Hmm. Grace, do you
What
think
is
she
your
left?
question?
Well, say
What's your
yes so that
question?
I can. I am being polite to you,
Um,
Just D. So
Because
yes,
right
thank you
now,
for.
as tired as I
Thank you.
am, this shit is pissing
Okay.
me off.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I
Can
didn't
I?
join
You
this
said that.
chat for this
I'm just
bullshit.
trying to get
I
to the
was told
point,
to
and I
join
don't
this
think
chat
I
to help
can.
interpret
I don't
a
even think
dream.
y'all can hear me. I'm trying
Five.
to answer that for
Five
you. That
minutes.
way, this don't get
Five.
hostile.
Grace.
It
Grace, give
already
me
is
five
hostile
minutes,
if I'm
please.
hearing Jaguar yell about me and then playing our
Grace, please
conversation.
give me the 5 minutes.
I was asleep this whole time.
Thank
I
you
literally just
for
woke
letting
up
us
hearing her
that.
yell.
Thank you for telling us that you were asleep. Now, can I ask another question? I will take that silence as a yes. So, why? Because you said yes, he came on your channel, was negative. You don't want him on your channel. That's fine. Why call him a troll?
I never actually called Murph a troll.
Mhm.
Murph put that in my chat and said, so now I'm a troll. And I said, the fact that you're saying that, the conversation I had with Nick, who I also just blocked from my channel because I feel like this is all a part of some bullshit. I asked her, I said, what's going on with Murph? Because I noticed he hasn't been showing up in the chat. I asked her that last week on Instagram. She said, Murph has a lot going on. He's dealing with a lot. I was like, all right, cool. Then
So,
last
if
night when I was sharing
Mhm.
screen and I was
Mhm.
toggling between tabs,
Mhm.
I toggled back to the StreamYard page, and I'm seeing he's put in negative comments about how
Mhm.
he felt because his children were doxxed,
Mhm.
how he felt I shouldn't be putting up pictures of Blue Ivy, and how, you shouldn't be speaking on kids and all this other shit. Me comparing Blue Ivy's body shape and saying that I do believe this is Kathy White's daughter has nothing to do with Murph's kids being doxxed. And if he felt a way or he was triggered, that's on you. But that has nothing to do with what I'm doing on my channel. And I have every right to present my content the way I want to present my content.
We need to pause. This is my channel.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for allowing me that 10 minutes.
I want to know. I'm not going to stop you. I just wanted to pause because I wanted to say something regarding the showing of children on channels. There was a prior issue, and we had all said, for the most part, that we were going to stay away from showing people's children. We had all said that. There was a moment where you sat on set in the West when we were dealing with the whole Ratchet TV situation, and you wanted to pull up some pictures, and Odell pulled the brakes on it. Because we're not trying to inflame the public the same way the opposition does. And Murph, God bless him. Whatever we discuss as a community, Murph upholds that everywhere he goes. Hey, Tommy, welcome to the channel, friend. But let's be clear. Murph's only objective is to keep the bond between all of the channels united. So I would just have to say, in Murph's defense, which he can say for himself at a later time, because I think we're going to have to pick this up another time. I'm going to let Maggie close out. Grace, you wanted to say something. Could we get that in there now, and then we'll let Maggie close out?
No, it's all right. Dee was just trying to figure out how she got here, and I just wanted to run it back, but it seems like it's not important.
Because I really don't understand it. You told me you wanted me to help you interpret a dream. I'm waking up to hearing you yell about me.
Trying to make us waste time. That's why I wanted to cut it out.
I don't mind running it to you right quick.
Well, hold on. Grace.
What was this even about?
Let me say it for you.
Wait, I didn't hear.
We spoke to you and did a sound check. Before I hit the live button, you were awake. I told you I wanted to get right into the dreams.
I was not awake. I literally just woke up. I joined the chat as soon as you gave me the link before you jumped on live. It was a black screen and said I was backstage.
Stop over talking me on my panel. You seem wide awake enough to do that.
I'm now awake because I heard you yelling about me.
Once again, I wasn't yelling. But you're about to make me start yelling now. Because you're being
That's the point.
You are being
it's the point.
Respectful to me in this moment.
That's a Lady Latisha, Jag.
The reason why we didn't get to my part of the dream is because you fell asleep.
I've been up all night.
In any way. I said, we'll pause. Because the reason for me tapping you into this was because my first happening upon you was you saying that my son came to you. We started there. You fell asleep. You was up all night to point fingers at Murph. You couldn't stay up for 15 more minutes.
No, I'm tired. I even told you that. I said, yo, I'm gonna try to stay up, but I'm tired.
You were awake at sound check. You tell me.
No, I wasn't, Jaguar. I'm sorry. You're not telling the truth. I was not awake. I wasn't. If I was awake, I would have tapped in. You know that.
finish y'all, Maggie. I'm done.
No, this is what we're gonna do.
What in the world is going on? I was not awake.
Odell,
Just D.
please let me
Just
finish
D.
after you talk, and I want to finish though. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm muting everybody up because here's what we're gonna do. There seems to be a bit of confusion on some people just are not understanding what's going on. We're gonna have to reconvene this conversation. We'll do a part 2. Jag wanted Grace and Just D to speak on the dream she had involving her son. I don't think we got to that point in this live just yet. So what we're going to do is reconvene and we'll figure out. I mean, I understand Just D tired. She's been up. Let her go back to sleep. Let's figure out when we can reconvene and talk about what happened, and we'll go from there. That's pretty much all I wanted to do. And then also, like I said, overall, I just wanted to bring it back to the focus of who it's really about. what's this really about? Because right now it looks like a whole bunch of confusion, and distraction is what the enemy loves, and it's taking us off course of what we're talking about. Getting these people who are responsible for Ada's situation, bringing that to justice. So, Madge, go ahead and do what you do, but we're gonna end with that song that Jag dedicated to
Odell, please let me say something, please.
I just said go
And
ahead.
Maggie, I don't appreciate you comparing me to Lady Letitia.
Okay.
I don't. That's
Well,
the
just
bullshit.
D.
Don't you ever
Just D.
compare me to her.
Hey, Just D, you can address
D.
that. We can address that later, or we're gonna address that later.
No, you can let her. I don't.
No, she
I don't
just
mind.
dropped down. She just dropped down.
She
So go
dropped
ahead,
down.
do what you do. Go
She
ahead.
dropped down. Because you know how they're gonna say, oh, they're cutting Just D, for Maggie to speak. She dropped down herself.
Yes, she did. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So what I wanted to show with that 15-minute is how those people want to inflame you. They want to confront you. They want to manipulate you. The fact that she kept on coming back that I was sleeping, I was not sleeping, I was sleeping. This is a way and a tactic to make us waste time. Because she exactly knows what happened with Murph. She knows what we're talking about. This is all just a way to distract from the real issue. And she knows it.
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know what's going on with this. Go ahead.
That was so funny.
That was another distraction. Go ahead.
So she knows what's happening. She's not stupid. She knows that she called Murph a troll. She knows that she came here, and like always, because that's how they do it with the troll, they are really predictable and boring. They always want to make Jaguar look like she's out of her mind, that she's the angry black woman. That's why she came on and started saying, I heard that Jaguar was screaming about me. Nobody was screaming. It's the narrative. It's always a narrative to make Jaguar look crazy. So for her to waste my time and everyone's time for 10 minutes saying, I'm tired, I'm not tired, I'm tired, I'm not tired, I'm tired, I'm not tired, and trying to overtalk and not let you speak so that you get mad, that's exactly what Lady Letitia did to Jaguar. Those tactics are boring. That's why I wanted to show for that 15 minutes. I am so happy that you let me, try to do that, because I wanted to show that she was deliberately trying to waste our time.
Yeah, I got you, and I peeped that as well.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
let's give her a chance to wake up. Let's give her a chance to,
Mm-hmm.
See what's going on. And what we're gonna do is, wait, hold on one second, because I wanted to pin this. I'm actually just gonna go live in about 10 minutes because, like you say, a lot of this is tactic to distract.
Exactly.
It's it's a bunch of word salad. People are talking blah blah blah, but they're not getting down to the nitty gritty, the facts, the subject at hand. But I'm gonna go live to kind of touch up a little bit about this too, because
Yeah.
The situation that happened with Too Strong, all distraction. The situation that happened with AT2 saying some stuff, I'm gonna have to body slam him.
What time do you go live?
I'm in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes.
Okay.
You don't.
I'm gonna push back my life. I'm gonna push back my life.
Okay, and I won't be long. Don't trip. But I just and then
Okay.
I'm gonna invite. I invited Jay Mizak if he wants to come on. Just D, if you up, you will come on too. Grace, you can come as well. Y'all got the link. Overall, though, let's just close out and say, everybody, stay focused. The subject at hand really isn't about the distractions. It's really about, hey, what had happened to the lady because of the cyberbullying and the online bullying that needs to be addressed, and that needs to be we just gotta let's just take a deep breath, y'all. Jag did a song, a very dope song, dedicated to Ada. I just want to go out with that, and just want to speak on, or let's just let her speak on it and let her talk about it, and we're just going to end it. And again, everybody can head over to where the link is right here, Set in the West. I will I may touch on this, but we definitely just got to get back and recalibrate and focus. All right, y'all.
For Ada.
The vibration is high too.
This one's for you. This one's for you, Ada. To share for me when you care. When we care. When you care. When we care to share. For me. Testimony. That's what we're doing right here. This is your testimony. To share for me when we care. When you care. We care to share for me. I've been down and out, almost lost everything I cared about. But God never let me lose my way. And here I am. It's a brighter day. In a hospital bed. They prayed for me, and with my husband's hands, I woke up, baby. And now I know that my purpose is for doing what God wants most. Thank you, Father. For waking me up.